Police and deputies in Franklin County want to make sure registered sex offenders are following the terms of their release. Now they're keeping tabs on them.
A judge rules that the city of Louisville can remove a controversial Confederate monument. Why the judge says a group against the move has no right to stop it.
The city of Frankfort is weighing in on the future of a busy downtown street.
It's two-way down through here.
Why they're considering making West Main a two-way instead of a one-way.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. They are trying to keep tabs on every registered sex offender. Today, several law enforcement agencies in Franklin County kicked off their summer solstice safeguard program.
Every registered sex offender in the county will be checked to make sure that they are in compliance with the terms of their release. Andrea Walker rides along with deputies in our top story at 5:30.
There are currently 82 registered sex offenders living in Franklin County. Officers like Lieutenant Shaka Tahid Bridges,
the 30,000 block of Union Ridge,
are conducting compliance checks as we speak for things like verification of residence and employment.
We're going to check on a gentleman by the name of Millard Fields, I believe.
The department, along with other law enforcement agencies, conduct a large-scale check like today's at least once a year. Typically, they find 6 to 8 people, or 10%, in violation of the terms of their release. According to Lieutenant Bridges, Millard Fields is not one of those violators.
It was a nice and polite and professional encounter. He was in compliance, and that's what we want to see.
To ensure these convicted sex offenders are compliant, officers are making sure they do not have any social media accounts. Our next visit is
Larry Allison. Yeah, this is it. Hey! What you say? Long time no see, Mr. Allison.
Hey, we're here to check on you.
You can be on the internet, you just can't be on social networks. Yeah.
After a brief check inside the home, Larry Allison is found compliant.
Route to the Franklin County Regional Jail to charge an individual by the name of Mark Lewis for failure to comply.
Officers believe Lewis is giving them a fake address.
He did admit he ain't been there 2 or 3 days.
Now Lewis is facing a felony charge.
Hey, if they're compliant, they're going to work, they're with their family, they're doing what they're supposed to, great, it's a win-win. Those that are not in compliant, there are consequences, and hopefully they'll get back on the right track.
In Frankfort, Andrea Walker, WKYT.
And to be clear, Mark Lewis is considered innocent until proven guilty. He will have a court date set in the near future.
2 people charged in connection to a weekend shooting faced a judge for the first time today. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Knox County. State police have charged 33-year-old Lawrence Collinsworth and 36-year-old Jennifer Foldman with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. Troopers tell us they were involved in the shooting death of 26-year-old James Haven. Haven was found along Right Fork East Creek Road early Saturday morning. He later died at a nearby hospital. Collinsworth and Foldman pled not guilty in court today. A judge said their charges could be upgraded. State police say more arrests are pending. In Perry County, a judge has declared a mistrial in the case of a man charged with murder. 38-year-old Jason Combs is accused of causing a crash that killed 9-year-old Randall Wells in January of 2015. Combs was charged with murder and DUI. Police say Combs admitted to using cocaine and other drugs the night of that crash. The jury trial was scheduled to begin today, but we're told someone related to Combs was seen talking to potential jurors, so the judge declared a mistrial. A new pool of jurors will be called. A new trial date has not yet been set. And in Laurel County, deputies have issued a golden alert for a missing man they say has mental issues. Deputies believe 59-year-old Denver King is headed to Tennessee. He lives on Old State Road in Lilly. Deputies do not know where he's heading in Tennessee. King drives a 2008 maroon-colored F-250 truck. He is 6 feet tall, about 225 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair.
We are learning more tonight about a judge's ruling saying a Confederate monument near the University of Louisville's campus can be removed. The judge said this morning that the city can relocate the statue. U of L President James Ramsey and Mayor Greg Fisher announced the statue's removal in April, which led to a lawsuit. According to a court order, a group protesting the move has no legal right to keep the statue where it is.
My advice to the mayor was that they not be involved in any discussion with the parties to this case in connection with where this is relocated. all of their allegations are false. They in my opinion, misled the court with those allegations, and they should not be a party to this proceeding any further.
The statue has been in Louisville since 1895, and it's been in its current location since 1954. The mayor said he's not sure when the removal process will begin.
Even though it has felt like summer for a couple of weeks now, the season officially begins today.
It does, and it wouldn't really be summer in the Commonwealth unless, Chris, we were tracking some storms.
Yeah, pretty much going hand in hand. Summer, Kentucky, thunderstorms. We've got a few on the way over the next few days, and some of those could be strong or severe. Though, for the most part, it's a nice evening that is beginning across central and eastern Kentucky. Mid to upper 80s, mix of sun and some clouds out there. So if you're out and about this evening, 85 degrees around 7 o'clock, into the upper 70s by between 9 and 11, when anyone is fair game for at least a popcorn shower or a thunderstorm. Defender Radar Network, one little teeny tiny raindrop here south of 64, right on top of Cave Run Lake, Richmond, Georgetown, Lexington, hello Versailles, nothing going on into parts of central Kentucky. Though we have a fairly decent line of some thunderstorms now going up north of the Indianapolis area. That is with a cold front that is diving into town. That front will be on top of the Bluegrass State as we go into tomorrow at this time, when I suspect we are tracking some strong or even local severe thunderstorms into especially the southern half of the area. When I come back in a few minutes, we're going to show you how we have this progression of strong and severe thunderstorms, not just tomorrow, but over the course of really the next 3 days. The hour-by-hour forecast will track some big boomers in a bit.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Some changes could be in store for drivers in downtown Frankfort soon. The Frankfort City Commission is deciding tonight whether or not West Main Street should be a one-way or two-way street. The meeting just got underway a few minutes ago. Sean Moody takes a look at both sides of the issue.
Kind of like a two-way street, there are two sides to this debate. The people who would like to convert this to two-way say it would help increase business. But some others are concerned that it could hurt downtown parking. Frankfort City Commission will vote tonight.
It's two-way down through here. One-way starts right at this corner right here at the corner.
That's how it's been on West Main Street for decades, but a vote tonight could change that. In several downtown shop windows, you'll see these signs supporting the change to convert Main Street to two-way all the way through.
When you have traffic going both ways, it slows it down a little bit, and people, over time, it tends to build business.
Downtown Frankfort Incorporated Executive Director Kim Strohmeyer says there's been a discussion about this for years. He says the majority of businesses downtown support the idea of converting Main Street to two-way. A proposal has made it through the first and second readings and will get a vote tonight. Some are against the change because they say it would cost the city valuable parking spaces.
Probably that is the biggest concern. There's some talk that we could lose as many as 10 to 14 parking places.
But Strohmeyer also said some people have estimated that it might be closer to 2 or 3 spaces. Frankfort's Board of Commissioners will vote this evening. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Strohmeyer said he thought a change to two-way would also make downtown Frankfort easier to navigate.
Anytime the U.S. mail is used to commit a crime, investigators at the National Forensic Lab of the Postal Inspection Services just outside of Washington, D.C. are involved. Now, roughly 40% of the work done at that facility is work related to the shipment of illegal drugs. And as you're about to see, lab chemists are learning to adapt to the ever-changing war on drugs.
This is some methamphetamine that I've been working on.
Kimberly Ross is a forensic chemist and works at the National Forensics Lab for the U.S. Postal Inspection Services. Her job is to test and verify drugs captured in the U.S. mail system. The job has become increasingly challenging.
We're used to the old hats, the cocaine, marijuana, methamphetamine, heroin. Those have been scheduled for many years. But the new drugs like the synthetics.
Synthetic drugs are at the heart of a new drug war. The chemically laced substances mimic the effects of marijuana, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Synthetics are extremely dangerous because buyers don't know what chemicals they are ingesting.
We refer to them as street chemists.
Available online and sent via U.S. mail from other countries, officials are in a constant struggle to stay a step ahead.
They've just changed the structure of the cathinone legitimate drug into different structures. And the interesting thing is they can keep changing it and changing it.
This struggle is crucial as law enforcement works to apprehend, prosecute, and convict criminals.
An inspector turned in 5,000 vials of a synthetic cannabinoid. When I analyzed it, it was not illegal. It was legal. About 2 months after he got my report and I had sent the evidence back, it became controlled, Schedule 1, which is the most severe controlled drugs. So this is the type of thing we're seeing every day.
Law enforcement hopes to use new means of catching up with the so-called street chemists.
This is the newest technology that's going to help us to identify the synthetics that come into the lab.
This is a new machine called an NMR spectrometer, a nuclear magnetic resonance machine. The NMR helps chemists identify the components of the drugs quickly and more efficiently.
We can tell how many carbons, how many hydrogens are on the structure, and that tells us what the drug is.
Ross says she wishes their chemistry knowledge was used for good.
If they would just do something good with that chemistry, they could be working here to help us, or they could be working in another chemistry field.
Initially, these products could be found at convenience stores and gas stations and were marketed as a legal high. And now many states have changed their laws so these items are not so accessible. To help law enforcement keep up with these ever-changing drugs, lawmakers are getting involved, hoping to help overhaul drug laws that have been on the books for decades.
Next on WKYT News at 5:30, Kentucky is known as horse country. We'll show you how some horses are helping dozens of amputees get back in the saddle.
I'm Phil Pendleton in Knox County at 6 o'clock. The latest on a disturbing kidnapping case in southern Kentucky where an 11-year-old was allegedly kidnapped by a neighbor.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP.
Captain D's is the place for a variety of seafood meals starting at $4.99, like the sampler or our new Fish and D's Jumbo Coconut Shrimp Meal. Also, try our new grilled lemon pepper whitefish and shrimp skewer. For full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
You've wished upon it all year, and now it's finally here. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event is back, with incredible offers on the Mercedes-Benz you've always longed for. But hurry, these shooting stars fly by fast. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
There's nothing like making their day, except making sure their tomorrow is taken care of too. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
This 4th of July, Nissan's giving you 1,000 more reasons to celebrate. Choose excitement, capability, safety, and get holiday bonus cash. During Nissan's Free to Choose event, get up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers, or get 0.9% financing on Rogue. Hurry! Bonus cash ends July 5th. Shop at your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com today.
At BatteriesPlus.com, you can easily order LED light bulbs for lamps, can lights, specialty bulbs for appliances, plus batteries for motorcycles, cars, smartphones, watches, car remotes, and then pick them up right in the store. Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today. Need a longer lasting bulb? Batteries Plus bulbs has a huge selection of LEDs starting at just $1.99. Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus.
Hey, honey. You remember to lock the Buick, right?
Of course I do. I'll never forget that. The Buick Remote Link app, now available in every Buick.
You closed all the apartment windows, too.
Come on. Really?
You're the best.
Pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $1,900 purchase bonus cash on the 2016 Encore. Visit your Bluegrass Buick dealer today.
Captain D's is the place for a variety of seafood meals starting at $4.99, like the sampler or our new Fish and D's Jumbo Coconut Shrimp Meal. Also, try our new grilled lemon pepper whitefish and shrimp skewer. For full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
They are not letting their disability stop them. Today, dozens of people took their first ride at a Woodford County horse farm.
People of all ages were invited, but they had one thing in common. They're all amputees. New at 5:30, Mike Linden saddles up and joins them.
This is the first time in a long time Emily Dawson is riding a horse.
I'm really excited. It'll be a lot of fun.
Walk, Reggie.
It's not because she wasn't interested.
When I was 15 years old, I was diagnosed with bone cancer in my leg, and they ultimately had to amputate my leg.
Emily is 18 now. Just a few months ago, she got her first prosthetic leg.
I'll be able to do so much more with it than without.
Step right on up to the top step.
This is one of those things. It's called First Ride at Blue Willow Farm.
We're trying to get the amputee who either used to ride a horse before or has never ridden a horse in their life.
Organizers say the beauty of an event like this is that the horses, such as Ray here, well, they have no idea whether or not you have an amputation or not. They'll treat you exactly the same.
1, 2, 3.
Emily says the event gave her something back that cancer had taken from her.
Usually people wouldn't get these opportunities that have amputations because it's a lot harder to do things, some things, and this is awesome that they're giving us the opportunity to do this.
Dawson says even after cancer and losing her leg, there's nothing she or any amputee can't do.
Don't judge them, think that they can't do as much as everyone else because they can, and they can do exactly what you can do.
In Woodford County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
That is a great attitude. More than 30 people attended that event. Emily Dawson, by the way, is heading to UK in the fall to study nursing, something she became passionate about during chemotherapy.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
A little on the toasty side out there today, but it is a normal summertime brand of toasty that we are dealing with. A lot of mid and upper 80s now across central and eastern Kentucky. Let's look at the numbers that we are facing for a Monday evening. 86 right now into Danville and Richmond, 86 in London. A little cooler, Harlan County at 82 degrees. Everybody else with the steamy air. Winds are beginning to calm down just a little bit here at the station on Winchester Road. I had this shot set just to illustrate how the trees were kind of swaying in the breeze. Wouldn't you know it, right on cue, the wind gets a little nervous on us. Still coming from the west, southwest, 12 miles an hour, 89 degrees out at the airport. What we're looking at on Defender Radar Network is a whole lot of nothing. Thunderstorms, though, to our northwest. Show you something cool. Notice how the clouds are aimed northwest to southeast. Those are the tops of those big, tall thunderstorms showing up now between Indy and Chicago that are getting blown off. So look to your north over the next few hours. You will see some of those ice crystal clouds blowing off the tops of those severe thunderstorms now north of the Indianapolis area. End of the day tomorrow, that same front is on top of central and eastern Kentucky and can give us at least some scattered thunderstorms, Lexington and north. 64 in south, best chance for some stronger severe storms heading into the day tomorrow. 3-day breakdown coming at us in waves. Strong or a severe storm maybe tomorrow, especially southern Kentucky. Any storm that goes up will have some heavy rains. Not an all-day rain tomorrow. Better chance for some thunderstorms to impact the day area-wide on Wednesday as those storms drop in northwest to southeast. Some of those will be back with us and pack a punch on Thursday with some severe weather as a possibility. How about rain chances over the next week? We are dry into parts of the bluegrass region. Seemed like the rain was all around us last week. You get some chances over the next few days. Nothing that is quite into washout status as of yet. Friday looks to be the lowest chance of the next week. Hour by hour forecast this evening into the wee hours of the morning. That little thunderstorm that we're tracking north of Indy tries to show up into the wee hours in weekend fashion. Then southern Kentucky, you'll crank up some strong thunderstorms tomorrow. End of the day on Wednesday, we look toward Indiana, toward Illinois, toward Iowa, of all places, for thunderstorms to develop. And then follow the path from northwest to southeast into central and eastern Kentucky. And that's a pattern that will likely take us into the day on Thursday as the steam is back into the bluegrass state over the next several days. We're into the tropical category on your muggy meter. Friday, not bad at all to kick off the weekend. That will feature temperatures into the low 90s, high humidity, and the threat for a thunderstorm or two. Watching the northwestern skies, guys, over the next few days.
Sort of typical this time of year, right? Hello, summer.
That is it. You know, we need a little rain in the Lexington area. Other areas around us picked up more rain than what my yard got, so I'm being selfish right now. I'd like a little rain.
Well, I think we could all use some. Chris, thank you.
You got it.
Live look at Lexington rush hour traffic outbound Nicholasville Road just past Southland Drive. There's a crash that just happened. It's in the left lane, and traffic is backing up there as a result of that one. Fire department's on the scene. It looks like a motorcycle's involved, but does not appear to be serious injuries here on Nicholasville Road past Southland. There's also that crash on Winchester near Patchen. 5 cars involved there and backups both directions. Nicholasville outbound still about 15 minutes, and to Versailles it's a straight shot across the county line. Now back to the studio.
And just ahead, Lexington getting ready to host the All-Star Game.
Well, that's right. The South Atlantic League All-Star Game coming here tomorrow night. A chance to see a lot of the future stars of the majors. And the Cavs return home to Cleveland with that NBA trophy. And could LeBron's son have a UK offer? Stay with us. Sports is next.
The Silver Bells killer committed 6 murders. His calling card, a single silver bell.
This can't be what it looks like. If we don't control this story, it will ruin all of us.
It does feel like the killer could be someone close to us.
You're a grenade.
Then maybe you should handle me carefully.
Get the credit approval you deserve at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville. If you have a job and $199, you can be approved today. During the Drive and Discover event 2016, Jeep Cherokee's $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
At the Sleep Outfitters 4th of July Sneak Peek Week, the steals and deals are already here. Purchase a king for the price of a queen. Don't have room? Get a free TV instead. 5 years, no interest financing makes your dream bed affordable. Get this Sealy Pillow Top Queen set with gel foam for just $4.99 plus a free TV. Free size upgrades, 5 years, no interest financing, and free TVs up to 55 inches. Don't wait. It's only during the 4th of July Sneak Peek Week at Sleep Outfitters.
I feel like it's important to connect with the customers because you never know what somebody might be going through. I want to make sure that I'm giving them the experience that they deserve. I'm a pharmacy technician. You have a lot of responsibility because people's health is on the line. It's just being accurate, it's being focused. It's a good pressure. Kroger has always put people first. Just whoever walks through those doors, we just try to do whatever we can to put them first and make them feel special. Treating everybody with the same, genuine care that I would want somebody to treat me with. I'm Deontay and I work at the Frankfurt East Kroger.
Judge, I know the way! Yeah, wait. We can finally stop playing these wedding gigs and start rocking out!
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Buddy, I hope you got that ticket in the same place, bro.
Oh, it was Ronnie's turn to get the ticket.
No, Ronnie. We, let Ronnie go last week.
The only way you can win Kentucky's Powerball or Mega Millions jackpot is if you actually buy your ticket.
Ronnie!
You know that old saying, there's 1,000 ways to slice a grape? Well, tell Arby's about the other 999, because we're still stuck doing it this way. Every morning, hand slicing grapes just for one seasonal sandwich. If Arby's does all this work for just one sandwich ingredient, imagine what kind of effort we put into the rest of them. I mean, is somebody back there cracking pecans? Arby's, we have the meat.
If you've been injured in an accident, hurt on the job, or the victim of medical malpractice, visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Save thousands at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Nicholasville, where you get 25% off MSRP on all the remaining new 2015s in stock. That's up to $14,000 off MSRP. Make the short drive to Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today.
For all your hearth and grill needs, shop barnhillchimney.com.
LeBron James helped lead the Cleveland Cavaliers to an NBA title, and ESPN is saying that LeBron's son has standing scholarship offers from both UK and Duke, according to a source. Now, LeBron Jr. is only 11 years old. He was sitting right next to his dad last night as he appeared in the interview room. LeBron has long been a friend of John Calipari, and LeBron Jr. played in an AAU event about 2 years ago here in Lexington. Cleveland finally has that championship, and the city is still celebrating after the Cavs pulled it out in Game 7 last night. Today, it was back home to Cleveland, the first sports title in 52 years. The last, the Cleveland Browns NFL championship in 1964. Big crowd at the airport, upwards of 10,000 as the Cavs arrived. The Cavs had to come from 2 games down and win 3 straight to beat the Warriors.
And it's sweet because of how we did it. Coming back from 3-1, never done it before. The drop that we had, I mean, this is all for the city of Cleveland. It's for the city of Cleveland, man. They deserve it, man.
You saw it. Change history. Y'all better stop talking about them. That's 100%. Like, literally, what are you going to say about them now? We came out here, dominated.
Everyone's getting anxious because it could go either way. And you know, story, fairy tale ending right there for Game 7 in NBA history right there.
Tomorrow night, the city of Lexington and Whitaker Bank Ballpark will host the South Atlantic League All-Star Game. Lexington also hosted the All-Star Game back in 2003. Final preparations for Tuesday night are finishing up now. Many future Major League stars have come through this city in 15 years, and the same can be said for the All-Star Game itself.
It is, and you mentioned J.D. Martinez, who played here in 2010 and now is having a great career with the Detroit Tigers, injured unfortunately right now, but he and Jose Altuve of the Astros were teammates on that 2010 team. But there have been so many great players come through the South Atlantic League All-Star Game. Bryce Harper among them. He played for the Hagerstown Suns in 2011. He was a South Atlantic League All-Star. Derek Jeter was a South Atlantic League All-Star. And then going back a few more years beyond that, Nolan Ryan, Willie Stargell, some of the real greats of the game have played in this game. So we got a lot of history here, a lot of tradition, and we can certainly say the stars of the future will be on display at Whitaker Bank Ballpark Tuesday night.
Well, we look forward to it. Tomorrow night out at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, first pitch at about 7:05. In the next half hour, the latest on Tyler Eulis and the draft, which is coming up Thursday night. Stay with us.